12,125 pounds. This is the Vengeance 320A here at HaylettRV of Coldwater, Michigan. If you'd like to learn more about it, you can see what we have in stock and how much we're asking with each trailer's individual equipment package right in the video description for you folks on YouTube. It's one click away. It says check for price and availability. That'll show you our fifth wheel toy haulers and what we have and what we're asking with the way they're built. Simple and easy. You also see things like tank capacities on there, though I happen to look at these. This has a terribly impressive 100-gallon freshwater tank, 50-gallon black, 50-gallon gray. That is extremely impressive in this class. There are three different segments of the Vengeance family. There's Super Sport, there's Vengeance, sometimes called Vengeance Platinum, and then there's Vengeance Touring. This falls into that middle Platinum segment. It's a lot of coach for the money, guys. They have hit an amazing combination of good looks, good price point, built right, you know, the right features in the right places. It's got all the right junk in all the right places. What do I mean by that? Let me show you here. I want to point out the areas where I think they did a great job here. There's a lot of things, a lot of toy haulers out there. A lot of them are built very well. A lot of them do the job just fine. Why have we really hung our hat on these? That's what I want to point out. Something toy haulers are not really well known for is a good pass-through storage space. They recognize the need for that here at Vengeance. And I am a sucker for electric blue. I don't know if it's because I was a child of the 80s and it harkens back to those neon blue days, you know, with the Crayola markers or what, but I love that. This is true 102-inch wide body. There's a lot of 100-inch wide body stuff out there, which is not bad, don't get me wrong. That extra 2 inches, though, makes a difference between a pair of fully dressed bikes in there. Now, this is an automotive painted nose cap, and they even used the sort of like, metallic automotive flake in the paint. They did such a good job of it. So you're not going to have the potential for chalking and fading like you find on some plastic caps. Though that is, I will admit, far less common than it used to be, but not unheard of. There are still guys building it like that. They built this cap like this because they just thought it looked wicked cool. You know, if you see the V for Vengeance built into the cap there, that was not an accident. But what they found here is they just thought that this looked neat. It looked like something on a sports car. Well, it turns out it works like that. This works like it almost has a spoiler effect. It helps control headwinds and it helps direct them elsewhere to keep the RV steady and stable on the road. It was a happy accident, if you will. It's like silly putty. It's a silly putty nose cap. There are LED lights in the nose of that. There's actually 5 strips. I just failed to turn them on because I have a terrible habit of doing that. Seal gripping, leak preventing slide walls. They do exactly what you think they would do with that description. You see this rough texture? See how that seal's pulled tight? That's so that you don't get a crimp and a leak. Generator prepped with fuel station. Anywhere you see a fuel station on anything that says Vengeance, it is always going to be either the largest or tied for the largest in its class. We have enclosed insulated heated underbelly on this so that you know, whether you go desert camping, park camping, hunting and buddy camping, whatever it is, you're going to be set here. Understand, there's a subfloor in the living area where you can have extra heating. You cannot fully enclose the underbelly where there's a fueling station. Though in the garage, they do have an extremely thick 1-inch floor with a thermal foil layer built into that for, you know, heat loss prevention as well. Now, we had a lot of trailers come in, so unfortunately I can't give a nice wide-angle shot of this like I would prefer to, but I can sneak in here real quick and we can look at the EqualFlex suspension. This is going to be bouncing down the road, guys. This acts as a horizontal shock dampener, whereas your leaf spring suspension is already acting as a vertical shock dampener. So what that's doing is helping keep the RV from chucking back and forth and giving you a really rough, uncomfortable ride to your destination. Talked about fuel station. This is 50 amp service. The one that we're looking at today has a second air conditioner built on it. That is not to say that every single one of these that we carry is going to be exactly like the one here in this video. This patio party deck, for instance, is an option. The second AC, the ladder on the side, those are optional pieces of equipment, as is the gas electric refrigerator we're going to see. We have those 4 optional features on the coach we see today. Not every 320A we carry is going to be that way. This has a 12-foot garage, by the way. I don't want to forget that. Newer Vengeance models have the garage length built right into the model number. This is one of their longest running best sellers, continues to be a bestseller, and probably because it was one of their first to have that big standard 12-foot garage. So the patio party deck you see here, you've got your own little elevated patio party space in the back, as, you know, again, the name implies. Now, they use a little different gate setup on here from what was traditionally used in the RV business. I do see more manufacturers switching over this. But long story short, it's just a quick, easy setup system. It's a lot easier than the old ones they used to have to fold up and flip up. There's still some of those out there because they are $1 cheaper. And I don't want to move on without talking about the 21-foot power awning on this with LED lighting. Very large patio awning. Let's move up into the garage area. The ramp that we're about to climb up onto is rated for a 3,000 pound load or 1,500 pounds in the patio position, and I just about fell and bit it. That would have been hilarious. So we've got a roll down screen wall back here. We've got our normal Happy Jack with, you know, sofa bed combination down here in the bottom. This is like industry standard. I'm not spending a lot of time talking about this. If you looked at any toy hauler, you already know this is what they look like, and if you've never looked at a toy hauler, congratulations. This is what they look like. You can, though, leave this bed up against the ceiling and drop just the sofas. That is possible if you want to turn this into like a 3 Seasons room. And that's what's cool about toy haulers. I need to elaborate on that. To call this a toy hauler is doing it a disservice. This can be, obviously, a garage. It could be a bunkhouse. It could be second living room. This could be 3 Seasons room, craft room, man cave, lady cave. It could be a little bit anything you want it to be, really. You can do whatever. Neat little thing, too, hidden away in these little sofa benches you see right here. Obviously, they can flip down into a sleeper. When you flip them both down, they kind of kiss in the middle. But you've got a little hideaway theater armrest built right into these with some cup holders, so you don't have to find a spot to set your drink. By the way, we do have a really aggressive dovetail on the back 2 feet of this. You got 10-foot flat with 2-foot dovetail. Pretty standard on a 12-foot garage. You've also got 5,000 pound D-rings, which is not common in this class. Usually, hi guys, 3,500 pound D-rings is more standard. What they did to bulk theirs up to 5,000 pounds with this recessed D-ring here is they welded on these big steel plates directly to the chassis. These things are then screwed down and bolted right into the steel plates. Well, not bolted, I'm sorry, screwed into the steel plates. That gives them that extra 5,000 capacity. And when they pull tested it, it was this heavy-duty, like, log chain ring that failed, not the floor. You didn't rip up the floor. I hope you never have to deal with any of that, though. And all of our windows have these handy little snap-on blackout shades right here for privacy. So you've got your fire escape window here, just a giant picture window right there, and a tall, what I call toothpick window over here for lighting. And you can block those all off so that people can't nose at your toys or look at your kids if they're in the bunkhouse area. Vengeances. Triple axles will be washer dryer prep. Tandem axles like this one will not be. That's how you can tell which one's which. You've also got separate stereo zones. You've got a rear stereo setup back here that's Bluetooth enabled. Then you have a separate one in the living room with inside-outside speaker selections. And you can even add a little TV into this area. You see those hookups right there as well. Now, I purposely left this ladder here because people see this ladder in front of this door and they go, well, that's so stupid, you can't get through there. Well, watch this. You take your hand, you push the ladder ever so slightly, you step inside, and look at that, like a miracle, here we are inside the RV. Just not complicated, guys. It is just not complicated. I don't know if I'd ever even take that ladder off except for transit because you need to move it to close the slide. So, toy haulers. One of the cool things about pretty much any toy hauler is with super tall ceilings, because you got the big garage back there, you get super tall slide-out boxes. Tall slide-outs mean big windows. Now, one suggestion I actually offered to them a few years ago, and they did listen. I said, you've got crazy big windows here. Give us a little bit of storage in the slide-out. And they listened. They do listen if you provide helpful, constructive feedback. You know who they don't listen to? Trolls. So we've got our 4-seater party couch here. You've got 4 individual kick-out wall-hugging recliner sections, so everyone can kind of have their own slice of heaven. And you see the little mounts in the floor. There is a table that comes with it. I've got it stored under the bed right now, where you can put a middle dinette with end recliners in this. So this can be a dinette and recliners, or it can be 4 recliners, or whatever. You can just make it whatever you want to. Now, there are all sorts of, if you look up here, you see that blue glow. If you look up here, you see that blue glow. You look under the countertop, you can see how my hand is glowing down here. There's all sorts of indirect lighting in this beast, and that gives it just such a neat look and feel. At night, if you turn off all the ceiling lights, all these LED lights, you leave just these indirect lights on, it's like the perfect night light for coming and going through here. And I tell you what, I know that's just like a laminate floor. It's not plank wood, but gosh almighty, does they have a good look to it. They did that well. So the 320, it's a long-standing floor plan, but it did see a sudden resurgence when they added this huge chunk of cabinetry and this big peninsula countertop here. They tripled the cubic foot of kitchen storage in this floor plan when they did that. And there is no such thing as too much storage in any RV. Anyone who's ever owned a camper can tell you that. Never had somebody trade in a camper because, oh, it had too many cabinets and I couldn't keep them full. That has never been the case, and nor will it ever be. Sealed edge, waterproof thermal foil countertops, not just in the peninsula. You see that up here in the kitchen as well. The idea behind this is that this is waterproof stuff. Toy haulers tend to go off the beaten path. Maybe you're not climate controlling this as much. Maybe you're not running the air. Maybe there's humidity. This countertop won't sponge and swell. It won't fall apart. Now, with this peninsula, where there's countertops, there is storage. If you build it, I don't know. I don't want to say they will come because that's what I was thinking of, but if you build it, there'll be storage. It just doesn't roll off the tongue as well, does it? Now you can't see this very well, so I'm going to click on my little light. Look at this ridiculous pantry. This thing's huge. I feel like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Like, zoink, Scoob, look at that pantry. Now I sound like Chris Griffin from Family Guy. Anyway, more drawers. Oh my gosh. We got 6 big drawers, huge pantry, massive under sink storage. We got the giant single basin stainless steel farmhouse sink with the very modern residential pull-out style faucet sprayer. This kitchen is on point. There are luxury fifth wheels that don't have this kitchen. Now, they did something over here that is pretty indicative of the toy hauler business, and frankly, I wish it was everywhere. Wish upon a star. Instead of a microwave, 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot punch in the air, they move it down here where you can reach it. Now there's going to be that one person's like, yes, but I have back problems. I don't want to bend over. Well, I'm sorry. We should find you a different RV. It never made sense to me to put a microwave up here and get rid of this storage when you could just do a convection oven down here and get all the good cooking features where you can reach them and not worry about spilling hot soup down your arms and your body. This makes more sense. And they included a breeze window. They included appliance outlets. There's all sorts of outlets down here. This kitchen rocks. Now, one thing we did here is we swapped this out from an electric-only fridge to a gas and electric. That's actually more money. But you can take this anywhere, anytime, and this fridge is designed to go down the road. An electric-only fridge, not necessarily designed to be used in a mobile application like an RV. It's not designed to go down the road. This is. This was built for this purpose. It's always supposed to be here. We made sure it stayed here. Flipping around real quick. I do like all the beveling. All the beveled glass is sharp in here. The Island Entertainment Center, it is a very space-efficient design, and normally I would say I'm not a big fan of where they put the TV, other than the fact that they gave this giant flat screen the ability to be tapered right to you at the in the slide-out. So it's quick and easy to see, and I'm getting some wicked light through the window. I apologize, but I think you get the idea. Moving upstairs, what's neat about this is you can go direct to the bedroom, or you can go to the bathroom first, and then the bedroom. But notice, you can get to the bathroom with the slides closed. Quick, simple, easy. If you're just zipping down the road, you got to check that out, no problem. And all your switches and everything are right here. And I like that they're backlit so you can see where they're at night. It's simple and easy that way. Bathroom is quite spacious. Like if I stand here in the middle and extend my arm out all the way, I'm still not touching the wall. I can barely touch that right there. Again, more of that waterproof countertop I told you about, and just a big giant sink that you can get your hands in. A big vanity you can actually store things in. Extra storage over here for like shampoos and things. Appliance outlets and USB plugs. So I don't care what you need to bring. You can put it all in one spot. You've got plenty of leg room in front of the stool. Tall guys are not going to have a problem in here, or tall ladies, pardon. And a bigger radius shower. You've got the nice big radius shower, plenty of headroom for bigger folks. They nailed it. This bedroom does it all. Moving into the bedroom. It's not easy doing this, guys. You see, you just juggle too many words. Remember, This is 50 amp service. We added the second air conditioner to this one. That is not a standard thing, so keep that in mind. But check out all the extra lighting in here. And something else I want to point out, all the lighting in this coach has wall switches, and they're all backlit so you can see them at night. Those are not things you find in every coach. There's a lot of coaches where like the living room lights will be on a light switch and then you have to go through and flick little stuff. This is built with simplicity and effectiveness in mind from the ground up. I like the little CPAP stand they have over here. You've got power outlets, residential outlets on both sides of the bed with USB plugs. Easy lift bed with plenty of room to walk around. That's another nice thing. You can actually get dressed in this bedroom. You don't have to take your naked butt down to the living room to get dressed. And this whole chunk of storage over here is a slide out. Pure storage slide. You've got his and hers wardrobes, you've got a massive dresser bank below, and they did not kill the cross breeze window by adding a slide out to the bedroom, which is a flaw a lot of fifth wheels have, a lot of trailers have too. They are doing this right. Vengeance continues to grow. They continue to get better. Every year the product gets better. Every year their market share grows. Every year these guys are eating it up. They are big time gaining. They are just growing every single day. We've been one of their dealers since we were one of their very first dealers. We've watched these guys come from nothing, and they continue to be a more and more major player every day. And I think if you see one in person, you'll see what I mean. They are a lot of trailer for the money. They are a lot of trailer. There are other things out there that are nice. I don't think they're going to do anything more than this, Will. And I'm willing to bet this will save you a little money and do just as well. And it ain't like you have to look shy doing it. That is just a killer sharp rig. So give us a ring here. 800-256-5196. We're HaylettRV. We're in Coldwater, Michigan. We do hitching, pieces, parts, trades, financing, accessories, truck and trailer package deals. If you can't tow this thing, because, you know, 12,125 pounds, she's not the lightest girl at the ball. But that's because she's built solid, you know? I can find you a lighter trailer, but that means they skimped on something. This one, they just didn't cut corners. So take care, stay safe, have fun. Happy camping, everyone. Have a good time.